So, older Oliver, right? He's very worried that he's past it. He's no longer valuable or desirable. He often doesn't feel either welcome or at home in gay bars and gay venues and gay nightclubs and dance parties and gay social public events, right? He's kind of afraid, or maybe this old dog can't learn any new tricks and this is what it's going to be like from here on. Or it's just going to keep getting worse. That is a scary thought, and I got a lot of empathy for you if that is what you are feeling right now. However, no one knows the future. Perhaps it's going to get better. He may feel that he's wasted so many years and so much time. He's, done all of it or a lot of it wrong. He's made wrong choices. He was bad. He wasn't courageous enough to come out sooner. He's a coward. He's lived a small life. He's shit. But I'm not so sure that he's right. I'll explore that shortly. He may have an ex-wife or adult kids. That one's pretty straightforward, and I just want to immediately respect it. I just want to immediately say, if you have an ex-wife or adult kids, that is your life. You have those relationships and those experiences. They are yours. Just because you're gay now, or you always have been, but you also have those things, it doesn't mean anything. All it means is that is your life. Those are some of the pages in your book. Those are some of the chapters and the things that you've been through that will always be your chapters, your pages, and the things that you have been through. It doesn't make them good or bad or right or wrong. That is up to you and how you talk to yourself and what beliefs you choose to subscribe to. So he might be feeling right now that if he can't get a boyfriend or his partner or his shit together and change his life, cat, that's going to be making a lot of noise. Sorry, she's beautiful, but very annoying. Stop it. If he can't get it together or get his best gay life happening soon, it literally never will. And this is very concerning for him. That is very understandable. I have a lot of empathy for you if that's what you are feeling and seeing towards your own future as you're moving forward in your life and advancing in your years. But I don't think dwelling on that is helping you at all. It doesn't mean that it's right or wrong or true or not true, but what I just want to suggest is sitting around and marinating in those thoughts and ideas isn't getting you more of what you want. It may be compounding the experiences and the feelings that you don't. So that's where older Oliver is at. It's not a pretty picture, but he's still a complete, functional, normal human being having a normal human life. He, apart from, we've already covered loving and respecting the previous chapters of your life and the existing family members and relationships that you have just for what they are. Just let them be what they are. They don't mean anything. They don't have to be good or bad. What I want you to do is consider that your past you may have been always acting to the best of his knowledge and the best he could to do things that would make things better or bring good things into his own life or his family's and the people around him that he cared about. I think if you look back through your own life, no matter what your age is or who you are out there in YouTube land, have you always been living your life in such a way that to the best of your knowledge and ability at any given time, you're trying to do the things that will help you and bring more good into your life and take bad out of your life? Yeah. There's definitely a way to see that is true for yourself if you're being fair, kind, loving, and reasonable in regards to yourself and your past self and your choices and the story that you tell yourself about your life and who you choose to believe that you are. Now, I hope that you can at least accept and respect that perhaps I was trying to help me. Perhaps I was doing the best that I knew how, because that is going to refresh you and reset you and put you in a great spot in order to make some positive change and do the things you actually want to be doing now instead. If you feel bad about your past and you want to make change, now is literally always the only time in which that event can take place. There's a trick to that point, right? Because it's the eternal now. It's always now. We're never literally in the past. We're never literally in the future. Gonna blow your mind. They don't actually exist. The past was now. The future will be now. Now is now. Now is all we ever get. So right now, no matter when you're hearing this, you, right now, is the only and therefore also the best time to consider, what do I actually want to be doing with my life? What do I want to try in order to attempt to make change, to make things look more like I want them to look and less like I don't want them to look? That's it. It's a huge part of my whole coaching practice, is helping people realize that and then getting them to do it again and again and again and again every single day. Every single day. Why not? It's a beautiful question and a beautiful thing to do. Otherwise, we're stuck in our heads playing games, living in invisible fantasies about what's right, what's wrong. Yeah. So older Oliver, no matter your age, your current situation, or your circumstance, now is the ideal time to consider making some change. There's a big one that comes up in the gay community generally, that like getting old makes you undesirable, or it's not sexy, or you don't fit in, or everyone needs to be young. No. We're all just full of insecurities and looking for anything to latch onto and complain about. That's what I think. Here's something. Everyone is someone's cup of tea. When I was really at my fittest and most youthful, at like 23, beautiful head of hair, imagine. I had like this, my favorite shirt ever that I wore to the court in Perth was like a lumberjack shirt with a couple of badges, and it said something about bears and something about forests and all this. I was single and on the prowl or whatever. I was looking to mingle. And I would go up to a bunch of guys and be like, hey man, you having a good time? Like, what's up? Do you want to chat? You want to hang out? And they're like, sorry, no. Yeah, I only like older guys. And I was like, ooh, ouch. Well, I got rejected. Well, I got passed on by a bunch of guys. Like, this happened a lot. I think you'll find everyone is someone's cup of tea, but not only that, there's actually a lot of younger gay guys that really want a daddy or an older daddy or even a granddaddy. But I don't even think that that's a good thing if you are an older Oliver for you necessarily, because you're going to have legitimate concerns about the maturity of this younger man and whether or not he's a good fit for you anyway. And sure, you could have a very successful and fun short-term relationship. You could quite possibly have a beautiful, like, big age gap relationship and die very, very happy in each other's arms. At least one of you will. Hopefully the older one first. We'll see. It's all of that is possible. But, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the answer. All of that is possible. The more important question is for you to ask yourself, what kind of man do I want to meet? What kind of man am I open to? Who sparks my fire? Who feels right for me? Where might he be? How might I be able to meet him? There's definitely someone out there for everybody who is, if not the one, it's the 0.9 something that we just round up to one. No one can complete anyone. We can only realize that we already are complete without anybody else necessarily. We just want and love to have partners. No one completes anyone, therefore you don't need to worry about that bit. No one's perfect for anyone. Such a thing is silly. Perfection doesn't actually really exist. We're all just different. If you reach a really high degree of liking someone, Yahtzee, that's great. Now, one more point. I hope that the day before I die, I'm doing something, and it might be considered trivial or small or unimportant, that I care about. If I'm reading a self-help book or something about how to make better YouTubes, because I'm still making YouTubes when I'm like 90, good for me. I'm having fun. I'm doing something I care about. I'm living. That's all we ever get. So if you're not living now, now's the time to do it, and now's the time to ask, what do I actually want to do? There's no cosmic purpose or like game being played, not that I'm aware of. If God has come to you and revealed him or her or themselves to you and said, this is how it is, this is what you have to do, this is good and this is bad, then good for you. I hope you recorded it on video. I'd love to know what God said. If you're like everybody else, That hasn't happened to you yet. And so therefore the meaning of your life and what you choose to do with your time on this earth until we go on our next journey is whatever the hell you want. That's it. Realize that for a second. You are far more free and powerful and possibly capable than you probably give yourself the benefit of the doubt for. And the way you talk to yourself and the way you think and believe towards life. It may be smaller than it needs to be. If some of this stuff has really resonated for you and you would love someone just like me to be your helper and guide in making massive positive change for yourself, please go to brownbearcoaching.com to learn more about me and my service. Or if you want to book your free consult straight away, go to bookbrownbear.as.me. I am always looking forward to meeting my next client. As of recording, I'm 34 years old and I love working with people who are over 60. You are just as equal, valid, and deserving as anybody else, and nothing can change that. So I hope you won't be afraid, and that if you want to make positive change, I hope that our relationship is a really beautiful, empowering, and excellent one for you too. bookbrownbear.as.me and brownbearcoaching.com. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you for listening. Ta-ta for now.